Hello everyone, welcome to a Chatty Get Ready with me. I'm just gonna dive right in. The only product I have on my face right now are brows. So I have a lot of work to do. So the first thing I'm gonna use is my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be talking about everything that I'm using or not. Some of these products will be talked about in my next video, which will be my monthly favorites. I'm trying to do those every month. I've had a lot of people say they'd be interested in hearing about what my favorites were for the month, plus then it allows me in the future to look back on those monthly favorites and reflect on that. And I like watching those videos from other people, and I really enjoyed the times that I've been able to do that from my past favorite videos, so I just want to do it consistently. Speaking of consistently, I have an announcement, I guess. I am going to be attempting a video every day for the month of December. I'm very excited and also terrified. I have wanted to do some sort of like Vlogmas equivalent for years. I can't remember when it first started, and I believe it was Zoella who started it, I think, way back in like 2013 or something, around that time. Anyway, I remember being so excited for it. And everybody who did some kind of December video, almost like an advent calendar for videos, it was always so exciting to watch and wait for those videos to come up and see what people were doing. And I wanted to do it, but never really had the time, never really had the ideas or like the faith in myself to complete it. So you might have noticed over the last couple of weeks I've uploaded a lot more videos than I normally have. There's been videos that have been like back-to-back days. I tried to upload as many as possible. Now I was met with some computer issues, as I have mentioned before. It's probably going to happen again. However, I am going to try to beat them. Will I get defeated? I mean, maybe, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try and pre-film as much as possible so that I'm not scrambling at the last minute to try and edit things. I don't like to have stuff edited too far in advance or filmed too far in advance, because I find that my ideas can change and I may decide that I want to add something new, or something may come up from a video that I did previously and I want to address that. So I am going to be trying to pre-film, but film extra throughout a week. So for example, today I'm hoping to film 3 videos, which would be this one, which is technically going to be up the day before, but we're starting now. And then my favorites video, and then a declutter. So the kind of content I will be doing is the kind of content that I have been doing. I don't really have a lot of extra things thrown in or planned in terms of specific holiday things. It's definitely not going to be a vlog style. It's really just going to be a full month of my regular videos, and I want to talk a little bit about that as well, because I've asked some people about video requests and I've asked people for like their thoughts, and I think I have a fairly good idea of the kind of direction I want to go in for my channel, which is a lot of what I've been doing recently. This was my big splurge purchase for Black Friday. This was the MAC Water Weight Foundation, brand new bottle, have not used it yet. It was on sale. They had a really good sale, and I had made my list, and I was like, if I could buy one foundation, what would it be of the foundations that, you know, exist right now? And it was, without a doubt, the MAC Water Weight Foundation, which I've used a few bottles of in the past. So the sale was so good that it really made it equivalent to drugstore prices. So makeup is expensive in Canada, guys. Like a drugstore foundation, like some of the higher end drugstore brands can cost between like $15 and $20. So I feel very good about this purchase, and as I'm applying this to my face, I feel so good about this. Oh, I love this foundation. This is just such a good light foundation. I need it. I was trying to be cute. I can't be cute and apply makeup. I know some people can be, but I cannot be. I really wanted a foundation that was not going to be a luminous foundation. I wanted something that was going to be, you know, my skin but better. And I've been having some pretty decent skin days, and I didn't feel like I needed a whole heck of a lot of coverage. I just really wanted light coverage, and that's exactly what this foundation provides. So anyway, just a little, I did not make many purchases. I made 2 purchases for Black Friday, which was repurchases, foundation. I also bought a bottle of Fix Plus because it was also on sale and I'm almost out, and I've kind of been hoarding it a little bit, which is what I tend to do when there's products that I feel like I'm going to run out of that I really end up liking. Instead of just using it up, I'm like, must save for a special occasion. And I'm like, no, Fix Plus is a staple for me. So it was also on sale. So I picked up an extra bottle of Fix Plus, and then I picked up some skincare, or ordered some skincare, because I didn't actually go to a store. I did go to the Mac store to pick this stuff up. I did the reserve online function so I could get in and out. So this is so good. I'm so happy. That was like a $25 well spent. I am also just going on top of it with a beauty blender because I just really want to take advantage. Anyway, so my plan is to do videos every day, and I'm going with the makeup of the past, present, and future approach. So somebody left that comment saying that they kind of liked how my channel had a little bit of everything from makeup of the past and the present, and then talking about things in the future. And I really like that kind of angle because I feel like it's loose enough that it allows me to fit in different topics that I want to talk about, but it also gives people an idea of the kind of content that I do. So it doesn't limit me, which is one thing that I had been concerned about, of like labeling myself too far. And I can't really describe what I do. Like many times whenever I get asked, I think it was when I was doing like the Half Cousins podcast, and it was like, can you describe what your channel is? And I was like, no, I really don't know how to describe it. I don't know, like, because of the variety of things that I do. And I know certain things appeal to different people. But with makeup of the past, there are the research videos. So I will have a couple of research videos. There's a couple of things that I already have ready, and a couple of things that I'm really excited for that will be sort of later on in the month. And then of course I always am open to other suggestions, and other things may come up depending on what arises from some of the earlier videos as well. So it's like I have my list of ideas, so if I don't have a single new concept, I will have the whole month covered, but I'm not married to any of those ideas, so I do have a lot of room to play with depending on how the month goes. I was trying to find another Christmas angle or like holiday kind of angle, but I couldn't really think of anything in terms of like a research thing that wouldn't take so much time, like something that I should have started earlier, right? So there's those kind of videos. There's the recreation videos from the makeup books. So I plan on doing a couple of those throughout the month of December as well, from the 1989 book, from the XOXO books, and also probably one from some of the other books I have as well, because I have a handful of other books that I've been meaning to do sort of content for, but I wasn't quite sure what kind of content I wanted to do. So I thought that I would use that as an opportunity to dig into some of those books. And then I wasn't quite sure about defining the present, because the present I feel like can cover everything, obviously. So that would be the things like the favorites, things like my current collection. So a lot of people have requested a makeup collection, and I am going to do that in the month of December. My plan is to do a makeup collection, and then I will do a little more specific looks at certain aspects of my collection. So like eyeshadow palettes, I will do a dedicated eyeshadow palette collection video, but I will still show my entire collection and like where I store things and how things are right now. I've been nervous about doing it, but so many people have requested it that it's like, you know what, I'm going to show it, and this is the way that it is. It's not about the stuff that I have, it's about the setup that I have, because I don't have like a dedicated space for all my stuff. But I figured, you know, it's more realistic than a lot of the setups that people might see, so I thought that might be worth showing that as well. So makeup collection, various inventories. I will be doing a couple of declutters as well, as I previously mentioned, because there are things that I really do want to weed through and to get rid of some things, because it's just time. I'm holding on to stuff that I haven't even considered getting rid of, like some blushes, which is probably gonna be the first declutter, blushes, and I'm gonna look through highlighters as well. So it's going to be fun. I'm excited to do that kind of stuff, and just looking at certain aspects of my collection, some of the videos that I've had requested, some videos based on videos other people have done, so like things that people have requested I do my take on, such as like unique shadows in eyeshadow palettes and like one and done shadows, and just taking a look at kind of what I own and what I like to use and getting my 2 cents of the makeup stuff. I'm looking forward to sharing more about my collection and talking more about those sort of aspects. I feel like I don't talk a whole lot about my collection as it is, so I feel like that could be a very interesting project for me to work on for the month of December and to get everything all straightened out. I don't have a whole lot of no-buy content planned for December. I was thinking about kind of holding off and doing the majority of the no-buy stuff in January, because that seems to be when people are more interested in it in general. However, if you have any videos that you would like me to do, if there's anything, like if I'm talking about these things and you're like, but what about, you know, this certain concept, what about this, what about that, had you thought about that, then I'm definitely open to everything. That's why I wanted to do this as kind of my preliminary video, to kind of say like, this is what's happening, this is what I'm thinking, but I'm open to what other people suggest or what people might want. So I don't really have much in the way of like tutorials planned, because I don't feel like I'm really a tutorial channel. I want to do like at least 1 or 2 holiday related things, and then the recreations, I feel like, kind of take the place of traditional tutorials for me. But again, I'm always open to what other people are craving and wanting, so it's fun to be able to respond to those kind of demands as well. And then for makeup of the future, that would be like trademark videos and videos like the fantasy palettes. I have one I've been working on for a little bit that I'm really excited to share. It's brand specific, so I'm really excited to share that with you. Very, very excited. I love working on those things. They're so much fun. So fantasy palettes and trademarks. I can't think of what else would be. Well, just more of like predictions and my thoughts on trends for the future. I usually do one every year. That's what I think the trend for the upcoming year will be, because it's really interesting to look at like runways and look at where different trends are coming from, or what has started to become popular. And I feel like we see it first online before we see it like in real life, quote unquote. I feel like those of us who engage more in online content end up being ahead of the trends, because we are seeing where it's coming from and we are getting it in sort of more real time, as opposed to other people who wouldn't necessarily, that was just the cap off of my eyeliner, where people wouldn't see it until it's sort of presented to them, and it takes a long time sometimes for like the mainstream companies and makeup things to catch up. When you see trends sort of like last year, let's say like glass skin has been kind of popular online for a couple of years, and it was like a K-beauty thing, but then it started to trickle down to more of the mainstream products and promotions. So it became a lot easier for like the everyday person to get caught up into what the trends are, when we had already known about it for a couple of years previously. So that's what I would consider the future sort of videos to be. And I'm sure there's certain things I'm missing, but I'm obviously trying not to talk too much about things. I get really excited, and this is something that's burned me in the past, where I've been really excited about like video topics and ideas, and then somebody else goes ahead and does the video before I get a chance to do it, and it just ruins some of the magic and some of the fun of it, because I get really kind of proud of my ideas, and I get very excited to share the things that I want to share, and it's just not the same when somebody kind of beats you to the punch. So that's why I'm sort of intentionally specific and not laying down like, here's every single one of my ideas, just because that's been my experience in the past. The research videos and like the trademark videos and all those kind of videos take a lot of work, so I'm not afraid about talking about them, because hey, if somebody wants to spend the time, go right for it. It's not something that you can just do like right off the top of your head. Like, it does require a lot of time and effort, and I really enjoy doing it though. Like, I have so much fun doing the research. I'm so happy that people enjoy those kind of videos. Like, I just did the ColourPop one. I'm so happy people enjoy watching them, because it does take a lot of work. So it's disappointing when those videos don't do as well as I thought they were going to do. So it's always really nice when people are commenting to me like, I learned so much. That's what's cool to me, is that people are learning things, or it's giving people like a starting place to do their own research, which is always very fun. It's always fun to do that deep dive, and that's the thing that I really enjoy about like the cosmetic industry. I have such a deep appreciation for everything. I just really like learning about the history, and I feel like by knowing so much about what has happened, you can see a little bit about what it's going to look like in the future as well. So that's what I'm thinking about anyway. So my first week of videos are planned, and I just hope that I will be able to execute them. I'm hoping that my computer will handle everything. I've tried to figure out like the best way to go about editing videos, such as I used to stop and start my editing. So I would, for example, let's say I was doing like a would I buy it video, and I will be doing some of those as well. I wasn't quite sure if that was kind of like makeup of the present or the future, or somewhere in between, sort of like the bridge between the both of them, because you're talking about things that are currently out and things that will be coming out, things that haven't quite launched yet. So anyway, my example, let's say I'm editing that video and I have to insert an image of an Anastasia eyeshadow palette. Normally what I was doing in the past was editing it in iMovie, and then when it got to the point where I wanted to insert the image, I would stop editing, I would open another browser, I would find the image or get the image off of my phone or wherever else. Like, I was screenshotting from Try and Move right on my computer for a while before I started screenshotting on my phone and then sending it to my computer. So anyway, I'd be pausing the editing process to find the image, to save the image, to import the image, to add the image, and iMovie was constantly crashing. It just couldn't handle being stopped all the time. So what I found works the best for me is if I just edit straight all the way through and then go back after it's been edited to insert images, which seems to be helping a little bit. Although iMovie does lag a lot for me. That's just the issue I was having with iMovie not working the way that I wanted it to, and just constantly crashing and the lagging. So like the audio wouldn't match up with the video. Sometimes it still doesn't, and I really have to hope, fingers crossed, that my edit is working based off of what I can tell from what the audio looks like, when you can see sort of like the peaks and valleys of the audio compared to what I'm listening to. It's not the easiest thing. This is one thing that I've talked about with editing, and how I wish there was other things that I could do to like improve some of the editing, and I see what other people do and I'm like, I could do that, but my computer can't handle it. So I'm doing the best that I can, and I'm hoping that my computer will be able to continue to withstand all of these videos for the month of December. So I just kept putting on blush there. I don't know. It was very relaxing as I was talking. So I didn't want to just make this like a dedicated like announcement video, because I did want to talk about the things that I will be doing. And I just also wanted to talk about the computer thing, so that if something goes wrong, if it's 2 o'clock in the morning on the 17th of December and I didn't have a video out on the 16th, you'll know that I'm struggling. And I do try and update, like when I had the issues with the ColourPop video, because that's something happened in the exporting process with the ColourPop video. It didn't completely save properly, so I had to go back and re-import basically what did save. It was so creepy. The audio went into that deep demonic like creepy voice where it was like ColourPop. It was so weird. And then my face just froze. So it was like stuck on my face doing like this, while like in the background all you hear was like, it was so weird. It was so weird. And I was just like, this is very uncomfortable. But then like the whole re-importing the video into iMovie and then trying to find the Elle footage, because I didn't save it as a project, because I often don't save individual projects for movies because I feel like I don't need to. Like I very rarely go back and consult like old footage. I'm glad I hadn't deleted that footage yet, because that would have been horrible, because there would have been no way to save it then. But I tried. I know the quality isn't the greatest, but I've been trying. Super highlight. I was trying to do like something not too crazy dramatic, and then I was like, let's do all of this highlight. Let's do that. This I'm going to be talking about in my favorites video. It's the Anastasia lip palette. This is what I've been using recently for my lip color, only this. A lot of times people will ask me like, what did you use in your lips? I'm like, I'm sorry, it was the lip palette again. Okay, so that took a little bit of time. I have a couple of freckles around my lip line that always make the lip look weirder, and trying to overdraw while also trying to kind of stay on camera was a bit of a challenge. So basically I just combined some like purple and blue and kind of just came up with something dark that I thought would be fun since I'm not wearing false lashes. Hoping to get my lash glue at some point, because I miss doing looks that involve the lashes, but it's been nice to have a little bit of freedom for it. It also means that I can do my makeup a little bit easier and I don't have to worry about that step of the lashes. But anyway, this is my look. This is just what I was feeling. I think it's because of the shirt. I wanted something kind of like a blue hint, and I'm thinking about when I get like my hair all straightened out with like the bangs and everything, that I think it might look pretty good. I hope. Anyway, we'll see. I never know how things are going to translate. Like sometimes I'm looking in the viewfinder and I'm like, yeah, this makeup looks pretty good. And then when I'm editing, I'm like, absolutely not. We're just gonna roll with it. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on XLmas. That is what I'm calling it. I just think it's cute. I am pretty excited to be doing all these videos. I would love to hear your thoughts, your opinions, and if you have any video suggestions, recommendations, requests, questions, if there's any specific things that you would like to see, I will do my best to either incorporate it the month of December or put it on a list for videos for the new year. So thank you guys so much for watching and for spending some time with me today. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and I hope we get a chance to chat soon. Bye for now.